Hello again, everyone. In this technical analysis of the stock market video, I'm actually going to focus on the US dollar, oil, and gold. I title it Waiting on Gold because that's what we're doing. We're kind of waiting for a turn. A lot of folks are looking for gold to move higher. We just haven't put in that bottom yet, and we'll see how that looks. We're going to take a look at the dollar first, then we're going to take a look at oil, and then gold last. So what we've got on the screen here is US dollar, and we're looking at a monthly chart. This all goes all the way back to the high February 1985. And you can see, I saw some blurb in Bloomberg today where they started calling it King Dollar, and I thought, King Dollar? This is when dollar was king, back here in the mid 80s. And of course we had a nice run here into 2001. Now, this big trend line was broken in 2000, when was that? Beginning of 2015. It was a part of this impulsive wave. And then we got a pullback, cycle wave 2, pulled right back to this trend line. So I find it really, really interesting that we had this huge corrective cycle move that bottomed here in 2008. And then we get this impulsive move and pull back cycle wave 2. And now it appears that we're off into cycle wave 3. Let's go ahead and I'm going to move this over to the weekly view so you can see this a little bit clearer. So here's what's going on at the weekly view. And I could put a little bit more wave counts in here. This is what we're looking at. Now, the thing that's bothering me a little bit is this price action that we've had here recently. Let me go to the daily view. Okay, so my concern, we have right here, I've got this labeled as a leading diagonal pattern for wave 1. That's why we've got the overlap. And we got this sharp wave 2 pullback. Very nice deep wave structure and a wave 2 pullback. But now we're getting still getting this overlapping. So we could have a 1-2, working our way up. Let me show you the detail. 1-2, 1-2. 1-2, working continuously going down in degree. But when all of a sudden I start to see 3 1-2s in a row, it starts to bother me a little bit. And the fact that this is a third wave makes me think that this ought to be pushing a lot stronger to the upside. So there's a possibility, and let me get my little marker here, that what could be going on is that we have something like this, and that wave 2 isn't done yet. And that wave 2 could be over here. Okay, let me do this. So I'm kind of keeping my eye out on the wave structure in here, looking at it, and that's not drawn, perfectly what I'm looking at. So here's this could be actually a W, an X, and then some kind of Y that comes down here, and then we take off. Okay, so that's my alternate view right now. That's what I think could be going on if we start to break down out of this. But in order to do that, we'd have to see trend lines start to break. And so far, they haven't done that. I mean, so far we've had higher lows and we haven't broken down yet. So continue to watch for that. But this is the wave count I've got. The dollar continues to act strong. And here's what it did today, up 0.05. You can see how it continues to push in here. I mean, we could be in for a couple explosive days all of a sudden. We'll see. All right, that's the picture on the dollar. Let's take a look at oil. Okay, here's the moving average view on oil. USO, actually, is what I'm looking at. It was down 39 cents today. Pretty big move. And West Texas Intermediate was down 3%. And it was closing around $61.29, $61.30, something like that. So all of a sudden we're getting this resumption to the downside. So what is this? What are we looking at? Well, the only wave view that I've got is that we are in a cycle wave 5, and that we are working our way down within that cycle wave 5, and that we're in the third wave. And it actually looks to me like we're in the third intermediate wave of that third wave. So that's what we're looking for. That's the pattern. Let me go to the weekly chart to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, here's the bigger picture. Okay, so right now I am looking for this 5th cycle wave to complete itself, and I'm looking for 5 waves down. Now, these are just right where I've got their placeholders. They're not meant to be. I'm not saying that this is going exactly down here to $5.50 or anything like that. Right now, we're just placeholders. We'll look to see how the waves start to unfold when we start looking at primary wave 3, then wave 4, etc. Okay, so that's the picture. Let's go back to the daily count. Here's what we're looking at. And so now when I look at this intermediate wave in here, we're watching to see, does it come on down here to $11.42? That'd be a target, an initial target. We'll see. Right now it's acting like it wants to sell off. So kind of interesting given everything that's been going on. I'm not sure what caused this today. I'm not sure it really matters. I mean, we've talked about, there's tension in the Middle East with Iran, the Strait of Hormuz again. It's like, only for like the last 50 years. And, and who knows? And then, we're pumping a lot of oil in the Permian Basin. That continues to happen. I mean, we'll see what happens. But right now, based on the price chart, based on the LA wave picture, I'm looking for oil to go down. All right, that's the picture there. Let's take a look at gold. Okay, here's the picture with GLD. It was down 12 cents today, so not much movement in here. But we've been selling off over the last week or so, and again, this has continued to move gradually down. Notice how we're getting lower highs and we're getting a little bit of lower lows in here, but it is struggling to come on down. So let me go ahead and go to the wave structure that I'm looking at in here. Actually, this is the one I'm looking at. This is what I think we could be doing. And, and again, the fact that it's not very strong and impulsive to the downside makes me think that maybe we're in this E wave. So what am I talking about? Let me go to the bigger picture. Let's go to the weekly view. Here's that high back in 2011, okay? We had 5 waves down that finished in December 2015. So then the struggle is, what have we been doing since 2015? I think we had a very strong initial thrust up that, when was that peak? That peak was July of 2016. Okay, so it rallied for about 7 months. And then it starts doing this back and forth, back and forth. I think we've got a triangle. So the real question is, do we have a triangle that's a B wave within the bigger B wave, this B wave? Because I think what we're doing, if we have 5 waves down, we're in major corrective action, correcting a huge bull market move that peaked in 2011 in gold. The fact that we got 5 waves down, 5 waves always tells you the main direction that you're going in, okay? So that's telling you the main direction is down. So now we're getting this corrective action. The real struggle is it still an evolving primary B wave in here, a part of a corrective action, or are we doing something else? The alternative is something like this that says from the A wave, this B wave is a triangle, okay? It's this triangle. This view back here shows the B wave as if it's a zigzag, an A, B, C, and the B wave within that zigzag is a triangle, okay? So there are 2 possibilities going on right here. Now, I mean, we're going to see, so it's like, okay, how do you determine what you really got going on? Look at the moves that occurred right here, okay? In this move down, in this A wave with the way I've got it labeled here, got some pretty strong thrust to the downside. Same thing here, fairly rapid movement. Not seeing that right now in this E wave, okay? It looks like it's stalling out. It looks like it's looking for, that it's trying to put in a bottom. So that's what keeps me kind of coming back to looking at this scenario, which would then imply that when we complete this E wave in here as a part of this A, B, C, D, E, then we take off, and actually this is not meant to be a target in that area. We'd be talking about like over here. Then we'd be talking about something going up like this in a C wave as a part of to complete the primary B wave. Okay, so hope that's not as clear as mud, but there are two alternate pictures for gold, okay? Either we're about to, go really strong into the tank, or we're about to find a short-term bottom and take off strongly to the upside. I'm leaning towards this latter scenario because of the way this is just kind of dogging it on the way down and creating this C wave, okay? Let me go back to the daily. So that's why we continue to monitor this in terms of the wave structure. And this isn't very impulsive. When you look at a zigzag type of the way this seems to be evolving, you're looking at, a 5-wave, 3-wave, and then some kind of 5-wave move. This looks like some kind of diagonal, like an ending diagonal pattern that we're getting the overlap, okay? So that's what I think is going on. We may not have to come all the way down here. It may be more like this. But that's the picture on gold. Continue to monitor and look for a major turn in gold. We'll see if we get it anytime soon. So we continue to wait on gold. All right, everyone, if you felt like the video was helpful, hit the thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. And you can always go on over to joehenches.net and check out the website and the membership over there. Everyone, have a great rest of the week. We'll talk to you on the next video.